Just watch this for a second. So there you go, Tamara, and as you said, there's the guys on the front line, continuing to taunt, continuing to throw stuff at the police officers, and thousands of people on the side there taking pictures and video, and again refusing to leave that part of downtown Vancouver.
And thousands of British Columbians watching this for the first time as we are. This video just came in, that are completely embarrassed and can't believe that this is happening right now, because of course this footage is also being shown not only in Boston but everywhere else throughout our country and everywhere else in North America. And this is not how we wanted the Stanley Cup final to end.
I mean, you can understand the disappointment on the ice, the team losing Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and I don't know, it's almost cliche that this was going to happen, but hopefully the police can get this under control in a short matter of time, because it's going to be these diehards. Of course, it's still 10 to 9. It's still daylight here on the West Coast, and a lot of people just seem to want to hang out and refuse to leave there.
Absolutely, and it will get dark soon. And just in this video footage, I was seeing some of our CTV camera people that were walking by there. And now we'll go to Chopper 9 again. These are live pictures. That fire is still burning. It hasn't been put out yet, and obviously the crowd is not going anywhere since the last time we looked at these pictures.
And just to recap how this unfolded tonight, the Vancouver Canucks, of course, lost the hockey game to the Boston Bruins. Almost seconds after the final horn went, fights started in downtown Vancouver. Porta potties started getting flipped over. The fires started. And all heck broke loose, and the police have been trying to deal with this. They've called in the riot squad. It started just before 8, so this has been going on for a good solid hour now in downtown Vancouver.
They hadn't even hoisted the Stanley Cup before this all started.
I think as part of the review, there will be a review, of course. They're going to have to look at, I don't know how you control it, but allowing that many people in that one area of downtown Vancouver. You were down there yourself, Tamara. This is the biggest crowd by far that we saw throughout these playoffs.
And we are now seeing pictures of, this is the BMO on the corner of Georgia and Homer, right across from the library, kitty corner, right across from the post office, also kitty corner from the library, and windows being broken. So now we're at the point where we're watching windows being broken. I just saw St. John Alexander in there, obviously recording for us and capturing more pictures for us.
Right, and if the police need any video evidence, there should be an ample supply of that based on the number of cameras and cell phones that you see around in that area tonight.
And you hate to point out who's in the crowd, but when you look at who's in the crowd, these are young men.
As was the case back in 1994, so we're seeing history repeat itself in a very unfortunate way, a very disappointing spectacle. And this is really the epicenter of it all. When I came back here from that area, the area we're looking at right now, on some of the other streets, Dunsmuir Street, even parts of Georgia Street farther to the west, lots of people, but not anything like the pictures that you're seeing.
And I should remind you that you are looking at raw, unedited video. So this is as it's coming into us. So we are seeing it for the first time too.
And there again, a shot from CTV's Chopper 9. Looks like somebody being arrested there. Yeah. I think we're going to see numerous arrests tonight. We saw some people taken into custody earlier. Again, this started with people fighting near that porta potty area, and it just kind of spread from there. And the police were actually, if we can go back to the Olympics, trying to encourage people politely to just move along. They weren't trying to, harass people. They just clear the area, get out of here. But some people just absolutely wouldn't go.
And I mean, this isn't the first time that crowds have gathered. We've been doing this for all the games of this series, and it's been pretty uneventful up until this point. And I think police were quite hopeful that we would end on a high note tonight and we would just continue to move on.
But to your point earlier, a lot of the people that we saw in the crowd, perhaps earlier in the week, certainly tonight, didn't seem that interested in really watching the hockey game. I know the game stunk if you're a Canucks fan, but they didn't seem particularly interested in watching the game itself. They were there, you know, of course, to be with the crowd, but also for other reasons.
And again, this is tape from earlier. This is the BMO over on the corner of Homer and West Georgia, right by where the CTV broadcast booth was. And of course, when all this trouble started, immediately we called our crew back in. Mike, you were down at that spot, and obviously not safe to be. And this, you know, blinds being ripped out, and people absolutely refusing to go home at this point.
Let's just watch this video that has just come into the CTV newsroom. Again, breaking news: violence erupting in downtown Vancouver after Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
And again, live from Chopper 9, we're still seeing that fire burning. That fire has not been put out quite yet. And the crowd's looking like they are moving back a bit from, well, from the last 4 minutes when we checked these pictures from Chopper 9.
Yeah, well, as Norma Reed reported earlier, that fire that we're seeing now is apparently, it's not a vehicle as such, it's debris, it's garbage, and maybe, Norma, you can give us some perspective from up in Chopper 9 now.
Yes, I'm looking at all that garbage too, and debris, lots of police on the ground, but many more people in that crowd, again, centered around that giant fire on Georgia Street. What I can tell you that I have noticed up here, again, these are unconfirmed reports because it's a breaking news situation. Canby Bridge and the Georgia Viaduct looks like it has been closed to traffic coming into the downtown. I can't say the same thing, though, for Granville or Burrard Bridge because it does look like traffic is, you know, the odd car is still coming in, but the Canby Bridge looks like it has been shut down to traffic coming into the downtown, probably just, you know, again, these are unconfirmed reports, but just from what I'm seeing from up here in this view, you know, probably just a way for the police to, you know, limit the amount of people who can come down here into this unfolding situation. And what we're seeing right now, you know, is a lot of police standing around that fire. A lot of people have backed up from away from it because earlier, you know, we were seeing people going right up to the flames and, you know, posing for photos. So, you know, again, this is just an unfolding situation right in front of us here, and we're staying on it.
All right, Norma, thank you so much. CTV's Norma Reed up in Chopper 9.